Okay guys, I'm back. My camera just stopped. I'm not surprised because we're only on slide 20. But yeah, I'll carry on with the video, so sorry if it stops again. I'll just have to put these videos on in parts, which I don't really mind doing. I just hope that you guys will enjoy the video and the hell cringe of this. So anyway, we left off when Jasper pushed him out onto the ground. Woo! And where Peridot was gonna get Lapis. So Peridot went to the prison part to get Lapis. She opened her shield. Lapis, come on, it's time to get some fresh air. I'm not going there with you. Peridot looked at Lapis and said, Lapis, please, just come with me. She saw Peridot's hand reaching out to her and Peridot's face turning away. She grabbed her hand and they both walked out. As they walked out, they saw Jasper shouting at the gems. And Garnet, why are you fused all the time? You know fusion is just a cheap tactic to make weak gems stronger. Ha! Jasper said, pointing at her. And you, Rose Quartz, after the war ended, you and your team won, and I'm not done thinking about my revenge, she said as Stephen hid behind Garnet and the other gems. Okay, Peridot, I think we're done here. Time to blow him up and get ready. Okay, so Peridot opened her finger screen, and pointing at the gems. It'll go off in 10 seconds. Guys, said Stephen, shouting at the gems. Stephen, get back. We will be okay. No, I can't just leave you here. Stephen, we lost your mother. We don't want to lose you too. I mean, I know you're annoying, but it won't be the same without you. Stephen looked at his friends about to get shattered. 5 more seconds. Stephen ran up to the crystal gem and said, No, I'm not just going to stand there and lose my friends. I'm a crystal gem too, he said as he jumped in front of them as the explosion went off. As the smoke cleared away, the gems were not hurt as Stephen summoned a shield as he jumped in front of them. What the? Jasper said angrily. The gems gathered around Stephen, thanking him. Then Jasper butted in and said, What? No, this isn't over. She pulled out a deliberator and walked up to Stephen. Rose Quartz, I should have done this a long time ago, she said. But then as she was about to shatter Stephen, Garnet ran up to Jasper and pushed her away. You better stay away from Stephen, or else. Jasper looked at Garnet and said, Or what, you just gonna beat me because you're a fusion? Well, you have to think twice to split your love apart, Jasper said, laughing at Garnet, running up to her. Jasper grabbed her deliberator and pointing it at Garnet. Peridot didn't let go of Lapis's arm and looked scared as she knew what Jasper was going to do. Lapis looked at Peridot but didn't say anything. Garnet saw the deliberator as she tried to stop, but it didn't stop in time. Ha! I thought it was about time you two spent some time apart, she said, laughing as Garnet poofed. Stephen, Pearl, and Amethyst both looked shocked as Stephen went up to Jasper, going to do something. Hey, I don't want you to poof. He stopped his sentence as Jasper grabbed him by his shirt and lifted him up. Look, there is nothing you can do to save your friends. You have failed. Then Jasper hit Stephen with her head, making him go unconscious. Chapter 7. In the ship. Stephen woke up with a black eye and found out he was locked up. Guys, can you hear me? He shouted. He walked up to the shield and touched it. His finger went through the shield, and yellow lines started going up his arms. Cool, he said, moving his arm around. He took his arm out and walked through. Wow, I made it. Okay, now I'm gonna find my friends, he said, running. He ran past another cell where he saw another gem sat on the floor, breathing loudly. Hi, I'm Stephen. Said the gem, and they both made eye contact. Then the gem's eyes turned mad and she punched the wall behind her. Oh great, this is just perfect. Do you need any help? Stephen asked. Yes. No. I don't know. Just don't talk to me. Just go away. Then the gem turned around. Stephen sighed and walked off. Wait, shouted the gem before Stephen left her. You're out. How did you get past the field? Then she stopped as they both heard singing. The gem whispered Sapphire. Let me out, please. I need to find Sapphire. Is she your friend? I'm looking for my friends too. Please let me out. I need to find her. Stephen stretched out his arm, putting it through the shield. Come on, it's safe. The gem jogged Stephen's arm and ran to find Sapphire. Wait, you're too fast, Stephen said, trying to keep up. She stopped, trying to listen to Sapphire. Hi, I'm Stephen. What's your name? Quiet, I'm trying to listen. They both stood silent. Then she said, This way, come on. How many gems do you think are stuck here? Said Stephen when next to her. Don't know, don't care. They both stopped. Then the gem said, No, she stopped singing. Sapphire! Stephen looked out a window he stopped next to, and and saw that they were heading away from Earth to go to Homeworld. They both ran again until the gem said, "Sapphire? Oh wait, it's just you," she said disappointedly. Stephen gasped and said, "Lapis!" Lapis turned to Stephen and said, "Stephen, are you okay? What are you doing here?" "I'm going to try and get you out." Stephen stretched his arm to go get Lapis and then Lapis said, "No, wait, Lola. No, it's safe, watch. No, I don't want you to help me." "Oh, I don't have time for this," said the gem running off. "But Lapis, they're our friends, they will understand." "No, Stephen, something happened. It wasn't like Peridot saying anything like that or Jasper hitting you. I just don't want you to help me." Stephen took one step back, sighed, and said, I'll be back for you late. I'll be back for you," and walked off. Then he heard footsteps, so he hid behind the corner. It was Peridot and Jasper. "Jasper, are you kidding me?" Her sentence paused as Jasper punched the wall Sapphire was in and shouted, "Stop singing!" Peridot just stepped back and looked at Jasper worried. "Look, as soon as we get to Homeworld, we'll give them to the diamonds and they will shatter them, including that rose quartz, then we go to Earth. Can't we just stop and take a break? We are doing a job. Do you want to get shattered?" Jasper then walked out and shouted, "And go to the control ship." Peridot's face just dropped and walked off saying, "Go to Earth," they said. "It will be easy," they said. When it was clear, Stephen ran out from his spot, ran to Sapphire as she started singing again. "Hey, I like your song. Are you Sapphire?" Sapphire looked at Stephen and said, "You escaped." Stephen showed Sapphire how he escaped. Of course. He lifted the shield and Sapphire walked out. "Thank you, Stephen." "You're welcome," he said, sounding like a sheep. So, "You're welcome," whatever. Sapphire grabbed his hand and ran to find the gem who called her name. They both found each other and Sapphire shouted, "Ruby!" They both ran to each other and hugged. "Did they hurt you?" No, I'm okay. Did they hurt you?" "Who cares?" Ruby said, crying. "I do," Sapphire said, kissing her cheek. Basically, they are gay gems. Ruby picked her up and spun her around. Stephen watched as she saw them glowing white, and all she could see was a blue and red gem glowing, and they started to fuse. Garnet then appeared. "Garnet, you are fusion?" I'm sorry, we didn't want you meeting us here like this." "Well, at least did I make a good first impression?" Garnet smiled and said, "Oh, Stephen, we already love you." "Where is she?" shouted Jasper as she saw Sapphire missing. "Stephen, you need to find the others." "But I don't know where they are." Garnet kissed Stephen on the forehead. Stephen gasped and said, "Cool, future vision." "Wait, are you going to be okay alone?" "Don't worry, Stephen, I'm never alone." Stephen nodded and ran to find the others. Jasper found Garnet and said, "Oh great, you're both out and you're fused again? Why? Fusion is just a cheap tactic to make weak gems stronger. Quit embarrassing yourself. I've seen what you really are." Garnet just smiled and laughed and said, "No, you haven't." As Garnet and Jasper were fighting, Peridot saw Lapis crying in her cell, so she went up to the cell. "Are you okay?" "No, do I look okay? I'm in a cell where you and Jasper just used me for useful information like other gems did for me while I was in the mirror." Peridot opened the cell and walked in and closed it. "Look, you're not the only one who's tired of Jasper. You think it's fun when she boss you around? I have to do this or I'll get shattered. Peridot, do you remember me? We were friends at school. Lazuli, we've been over this. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're just confusing me. Come on, you really got annoyed at Jasper because she kept saying we love each other." Peridot's eyes widened and turned to Lapis. Jasper... God. Jasper never said that to me in my life. Well, maybe this will bring back your memory. Lapis held Peri's hand and kissed her like she did in her house. Peridot blushed and moved away. "What in the name of yellow was that?" Peridot said, blushing a lot. "Come on, Peri, I know you remember me. Stop playing around." Peridot stood up and opened the cell and closed it again. "Look, Lapis, I have no idea who you or any of the other gems are. I have to go anyway. Bye." So she walked to the control room, leaving Lapis alone. Peridot sat down until Stephen, Amethyst and Pearl walked in. Stephen ran up to Peridot and Peridot took out her deliberator to get Stephen, but Stephen touched her and didn't get hurt. Amethyst got her whip and wrapped Peridot in it so Pearl could control the ship back to Earth. When Garnet and Jasper were still fighting, Garnet grabbed Jasper by her helmet, threw her so she got shocked by the deliberator, making the ship shake and making everyone in it bounce around. When Peridot was loose, Amethyst tried to get her back, but Peridot used one of her escape pods to get to Earth. The ship broke down and was heading to Earth and Beach City. The ship landed and it was breaking, then it exploded. Poof. Then Stephen's pet lion came running to find them. Then he roared and all the parts of the ships flew off. When they flew off, they were protected by Stephen's magic bubble. When Stephen put his bubble away, they heard bits of the ship move. They saw a hand come out, and then Jasper came out from under the wreck. I don't think you've won. You only beat me because you're a fusion. If I had someone to fuse with, I'd... Her sentence paused as she heard someone under the parts of the ship. Lapis came out, and when she saw Jasper, she went to fly off, but Jasper grabbed her and said, Lapis, listen, fuse with me. Lapis' eyes went and said, Wait, what? Lapis, don't do it. Stephen said, trying to get Lapis, but the gems were pulling him back. Come on, just say yes. Lapis looked at the gems and Jasper, then Jasper held out a hand and they got ready to fuse. That was a weird episode. When they fused, they were huge and had 4 arms, and they were called Malachite. When Jasper was using Lapis' water powers, Lapis took over the water, turned into chains, and a bunch of them came out and went around each arm and leg on Malachite. Lapis then used the powers to drag them both into the ocean. I'm done being everyone's prisoner. Now you're my prisoner, and I'm never letting you go, she said as Jasper was trying to unfuse but couldn't. Let's stay on this miserable planet together. Then they were in the water. It was really silent until Garnet said, Yikes, they are really bad for each other. Then Stephen's phone started to ring. He picked it up and all the gems went home. Picked up and it was Connie calling Stephen to see if he was okay. All the gems went home because it was school again tomorrow. Peridot's escape pod broke and it was the last one she had, so she was stuck on Earth. Aquamarine came along and said, Hello, I heard your ship crashed and you failed your mission, she said slowly, flying around Peridot. Yes, I know, and I'm sorry. It was those crystal claws. They keep wrecking everything. Even Lassie got away and fused with Jasper. Now they're in the ocean. Well, Jasper and Lapis will be back sometime, but for now, you're stuck on Earth. Find a way off, or stay here, because there is no other ship and no other way off. Then she flew off, leaving Peridot on her own, not knowing what to do. Chapter 8. The Hunt for Peridot. Stephen's alarm woke him up for school, so he turned it off and got ready. When he arrived, he sat down with his group, and he kept forgetting that Lapis was not going to arrive along with Jasper and Peridot, which made him cry a little tear. Stephen, there is no need to cry, you got us. Yeah, no matter what happens, we all know Lapis, Jasper and Peri are gone, but you still got us, you little nerd. I just don't know what's gotten into them. We all didn't do anything to them, and I just have no idea what Peridot was wearing. Stephen looked at the gems and said, Hey guys, can you tell my teacher I won't be in? The gems just looked at him. Wait, I'm going to find Peridot and ask her why she's doing this. No, Stephen, she might take you and I'm not letting her hurt you. Stephen, me and the crystal gems care about you. If she takes you away, we'll not know what to do. Don't worry guys, she's got nothing that could hurt me. Dude, she's got finger screens. It's okay if she catches me anyway. I'll try to escape and I'll also find Lapis and Jasper. Are you sure you'll be okay? Stephen nodded his head. Okay, Stephen, be safe and we'll try find you. Thanks, guys. I won't let you down. Won't let you down. Then he hugged the gems and went to find Peridot. I can't believe I found a homeward warp and it's just a broken. Urgh. Peridot said, shouting and walking in circles. Hey, Peridot. Peridot turned and saw Stephen. Are the other ones with you? Stephen looked around and shook his head. Oh, good. Then all of a sudden, the gems appeared. Peridot! Garnet shouted as they both started chasing her and Stephen followed. As they were chasing her, Peridot ran up a wall. Hey, I can't do that. Neither can she. Pearl threw a spear and hit a drill. Ha! You missed. The drill started to fall, and Peridot saw and ran back, but the drill hit her and smacked her to the ground. Do you think she's hurt? Peridot got out and ran off. Ha! Nope, said Amethyst, chasing her with the help of Pearl. 2 minutes later, they came back, but without Peridot. Garnet, Stephen, we're back, but not with Peridot. Her fingers were too fast for us. Stephen sighed and said, I just wanted you guys to be happy again. Oh, Stephen, we already are happy. Yeah, dude, we got you. Garnet smiled and said, and I think you're special more than anyone because your mother was special. Stephen smiled. Don't worry, we'll find her another time. 2 weeks passed, and Stephen kept having dreams about Lapis and Jasper underwater and fused. She was struggling a lot. Lapis, Stephen, what are you doing here? Get out, said Lapis, pulling the chains Jasper was trying to get out of. I can't concentrate if you're here, so please get out of here. Stephen woke up and told the other gems and what Lapis is doing. But they can't be real, because I remember saying... But that can't be real, because I remember saying they are not Stephen. What? Okay then. Yeah, maybe it was just a really bad dream. So Stephen went back to sleep. After a while, he had the same dream. Stephen, I told you I don't need your help, so stop coming back. But Lapis, I can't leave you here. I'm sorry, Stephen, but I'm not Lapis anymore. We're Malachite now. And Jasper pulled her down and they fused again. And just as Malachite was going to hit Stephen, he woke up and told the gems it was real this time. Guys, the two fused together. It gives them too much power. Amethyst's right, we need to go stop them. So after they went to the crystal warp and ended up finding Peridot. Well, we'll find them later, but first let's sort out Peridot. Peridot heard her name being shouted and said, "Why can't you guys just leave me alone?" Peridot was going to fly away, but Stephen grabbed her by her foot, and he was going with her, so the other gems held on. Basically, he was going to fly away with her. Then her foot came off because the weight was too heavy. The gems went home and Stephen took the foot home with him. Later that night, when Lapis and Jasper fused, they unfused and Lapis still tried to get away, but Jasper kept pulling her back. "Please, just let me go." "I can't. You're the only one who stayed with me and with me the most, and also we have the coolest powers. Why do you guys keep using me?" Jasper ignored what Lapis said and fused with her again, so Lapis tied them both up again. Oof. More weeks passed and Peridot and Lapis were more alone, even though Lapis was fused. Stephen and the gems were at school and Mr. Greg said, "Hey Aquamarine, you're good friends with Peridot. Do you know where she is?" She paused as all the gems turned to her and said, "Oh, well, you see, she's very sick and can't come in." "So she's been sick for 8 weeks now?" Aquamarine gulped and said, "Well, yeah, she has a really bad sickness and it won't go away." Greg looked at her and said, "Oh, well, I hope she gets better soon." Aquamarine sighed in relief and smiled. At lunch, when Aquamarine was getting lunch, Garnet grabbed her and took her to the other gems. "Now speak," Garnet shouted. About what? I have no idea what you're saying." "Oh, don't lie to us. We know you did something to Peridot and Jasper." "Oh, them? No, I would never. They are such good friends of mine." "You're always up to something," Stephen said, trying to help. Garnet let her go and said, "Okay, we believe you this time, and this once, and any more funny business and you're done." So Garnet let her go and she flew away. Phew, that was a close one. Now, time to find Perry. Peridot was hopping around now that she's only has one foot because the gems took it and Aquamarine arrived. "Hello, Peridot," said Aquamarine behind Peridot. "Oh, hi. I'm still on Earth. Can't find a warp because it was broken," said Peridot, hopping away. "Well, there is one more." Peridot fell and said, "Wait, there is?" "Yep, it's right next to the crystal gems pad." Peridot's whole face dropped and said, "Oh, great. But if it's the only way to get off this cruddy planet, then I'll go through it." So Aquamarine took her to the pad. "Yes, now finally I can get off this." She paused as Aquamarine smashed the pad. "Why did you do that?" Peridot shouted in her face. "I did it because you didn't say thank you," she said, smiling. "Well, if you would have let me finish my sentence, I would have said thank you." "Oh well, I guess you wouldn't get up to this planet. You'll have to stay here and try to fix it." Then she flew off. Oh, Aquamarine's a bee. "How the hell am I going to do this? I don't have my Robonoids anymore." Then she had an idea. At night, when Stephen went to bed, he said goodnight to his toys. Then he saw a triangle, but then it disappeared, and he said, "Whatever." Then it grabbed him and then took him to the warp pad. "What the? Peridot? Yes, I need your help." Okay, what with?" "I know you fixed Leslie's gem, and whatever you did, you need to do it to the Homeworld warp." Stephen looked at Peridot and said, "Just before I fix it, can I ask you something?" Okay, now what? Don't kill me, but do you have a crush on Lapis? Because I saw what happened in the ship. I didn't tell anyone else though. No, I don't. I'll fix this warp pad. Oh, okay, just wait. My mouth gets really dry when I'm nervous. He licked his hand and put it on the warp, but nothing happened. What was that? It didn't do anything. It doesn't always work. Then all of a sudden, the gems came through the warp pad and shouted, Stephen, there he is. Ha, dude, we're glad you're okay. Then Garnet looked and shouted, Peridot. Peridot saw and said, trying to fly, why do you keep coming back? You never leave me alone. The gems chased after Peridot. Then Peridot said, wait, you need me? I'm the only one who knows about the... Then her sentence stopped as Garnet grabbed her and she poofed. Ugh, sick. There's bits of her all over. Nope, she's right here. Now she's in the temple. See, I knew Akaba was up to something. These were parts of her body. We knew it. Garnet, she was trying to tell us something. Those were just the cries of a gem who's been caught. You don't need to worry about her anymore. Let's go, Stephen. I'm so glad it's over. Stephen went back to bed with Peridot's foot he got ages ago. I wonder what you were going to say. Then his gem glowed, and his mum's room door opened, so he walked in. Room, I would like to talk to Peridot. The room made Peridot, but her sentence paused at the same time as she was poofed. No, room, I'd like to go to the temple, the real one. The room made the temple, and Stephen walked in. When he arrived, he tried to find Peridot, but he didn't get her. But when he did, he got her bubble and fell and dropped the bubble. Then she reformed and said, "About the cluster, you mega clods." Then she looked and she saw that she didn't have the limit enhancers and finger screens. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. Stop talking. I think Lapis will like a new form, don't you? Peridot then had little flashbacks. Okay, I just got annoyed by Jasper telling me I love Lapis. Don't you start. Stephen's eyes widened and he smiled. Peridot, I think your memories are coming back. What do you mean? Well, you were wearing these things that made you look cute and then you turned mean and locked Lapis up. Wait. I never locked up Lapis. We're good friends. Then Peridot looked around and said, wait, where's Jasper? Oh yeah, she's fused with Lapis under the ocean. Jasper kind of lost her mind too. Well, we have to go help him. Chapter 9. Small Peridot joins the gems. When Stephen and Peridot got to Beach City, Stephen told Peridot where he thinks they might be. So basically, when the ship crashed, Lapis tried to fly away, but Jasper grabbed her and forced her to fuse with her, and now they went into the ocean somewhere. Well, I won't let her do that to Lapis. She's my friend, and I shall do something about this. Hey Peridot, can I tell you something? Sure. Before you poofed us, before you poofed, you told us that we needed you for something. Oh yeah, the cluster. Stephen looked at Peridot and tilted his head and said, Cluster? Yeah, we need to destroy it before it destroys the Earth. Stephen looked at the ocean and back at Peridot. Peridot, I think we need to destroy the cluster, then we can save Lapis. Really? Don't worry, Perry. We will get your love after we destroy the cluster, he said, laughing. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? Come on, you don't need to hide it anymore. I saw what happened on the ship. I might be small now, but I can still beat you. Okay, anyway, back to the cluster. What do we need? Well, we need a drill. If we're going underground, then the only place we can go is the kindergarten. Stephen and Peridot arrived at the kindergarten but didn't realise the gems were there. Stephen, watch out! Shouted Garnet, running towards Stephen. Wow, she looks a bit smaller now. Well, that's good, Pearl says, pulling out a spear. No, guys, wait, Peridot's nice now. Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't believe it, said Garnet, crossing her arms. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to agree with Garnet on this one. Yeah, dude, sometimes I go on your side, but this time I'm reporting Garnet. No, guys, she really is, Stephen. We don't want to make you upset. Oh, for God's sake. Upset. But how can someone be our friend then turn her back on us? Hey guys, listen. I guess I'm this thing you call nice now. And if I go back to the way I was and I don't really remember, then you can... Oh yeah, then you can poof me because obviously it didn't fit down there. Then you can poof me. Peridot, no, said Stephen, hugging Peridot. Peridot pushed him away and said, Stephen, it's okay. I made some bad decisions when I was big, and no, you don't need Jasper for... No, you didn't. Jasper forced you to do... You don't need... Well, basically Jasper forced you to do stuff and kind of make look Lapis and talk to her. Okay, dude, we get it. You can keep Peridork, but if any funny business goes down, Peri's gonna be a pancake. Holy smokes, Peridot said, walking back. A lot of weeks and days passed. Peridot was getting used to Earth again, and the drill was working really well, and Lapis finally got away from Jasper. And they finally became friends. Not Lapis and Jasper, the gems and yeah. The drill looks great, guys. Great job, Peridot. Stephen looked around and saw Peridot sitting on the fence, alone, holding a blue flower. Peridot, are you okay? Oh, yeah, I'm fine. You don't look fine. You look sad. Peridot turned to Stephen and said, okay, I just miss Lapis. What if she doesn't forgive me about what I did? What if she doesn't like me anymore? Stephen sat next to Peridot on the fence and hugged her. Don't worry, Peridot. She will still love you, and she will forgive you, and I will help you with that. Peridot smiled and a tear came down from her face. Wow, thanks. Maybe she really has changed. Garnet said, smiling at them. Yes, I think they really like each other. Yeah, sure. Anyway, shall we destroy that cluster? Yeah. Hey guys, me and Peri are going to destroy the cluster. Okay, but please be safe. Just as they were about to get in, Garnet grabbed Peridot's shoulder. Hey Peridot, you're part of us now. Peridot smiled and her eyes had stars in them. Wow, thanks Garnet. Told you guys I wouldn't let you down. So Stephen and Peridot went in the ship to destroy the cluster. Chapter 10, Destroying the Cluster. So, how long is the ride? Asked Stephen, getting squashed and getting pushed against Peridot's hair. The ride is 2 hours, and I can't go any faster, if that was the next question. They both sat in silence until Stephen said, wow, it's a bit quiet in here. I wish I bought some tunes. Then Peridot pushed the button that played elevator music. Oh, thanks. As they went deeper into the ground, they were going past lava. Oh no, we're going past lava. Lava comes out of volcanoes. That's superheated periodites. Stephen gave Stephen gave a confused look at Peridot. Peridotite? Peridot looked at the lava. Yep, it's made of the same stuff as peridots. But you were made on Homeworld, right? Peridot nodded her head. What was it like before you came to Earth and joined school? Peridot had another flashback when she went to school and met all her friends at Lapis. School? The drill stopped, and they both looked down and saw the cluster. Wait, that's the cluster? Peridot looked at him. Well, yeah, what did you think it would be? I thought it would be a giant monster, but these are a million gem shards. Well, come on, genius. I don't want this war to be done for, and I kind of want to help Lapis. Aw, Peridot, that's so... Peridot got dessert. If you finish that sentence, I will destroy you first. Stephen nodded his head in silence and gulped. Then Peridot put him down. Okay, I think I know what to do, he said, looking at it. Okay, what? Well, they keep saying they want to form, and if they do that, then they will destroy the Earth, and they also want to do it because they are lonely. So if I bubble it... Peridot interrupted him. Okay, hang on, you're not planning on bubbling that whole thing, are you? Don't worry, I got a better way of bubbling it. So Stephen put his hands on the floor of the ship and bubbled the whole cluster. Wow, that looked really easy. Stephen and Peridot smiled and went back up to the surface. When they were back, they got out and Peridot hugged Stephen from the back. Haha, you did it, Stephen. Stephen and Peridot, you're back. Did you destroy the cluster? No, I bubbled it. All the gems just looked at each other. Wait, you bubbled that whole thing? Well, they kind of bubbled each other as well. Okay, well, let's get back and get some rest. Yep, I think you two deserve it. Stephen and Peridot smiled and Stephen grabbed her hand. Wait, what are you doing? It's called holding hands. It's what friends do. Oh, okay. So Peridot grabbed his hand again and walked back to the house together. Oh, God. Chapter 11. Getting Lapis back. Woohoo. When everyone woke up, they went to the barn and Peridot said that they should get Lapis as Jasper found her. Oh no, Jasper found her again and fused. Yes, but I think you should stay here, Peridot. Peridot's head turned to Garnet quick. Wait, why? Well, you see, we don't want you getting hurt. And you also don't have powers anymore. Then Peridot shouted, well, you're taking Stephen and he's a kid. Yeah, but I have powers. Peridot looked at him and said, okay, fine, I will stay here and clean the barn up a bit. Why? Said Stephen. Because me and Lapis will be living here. Peridot said, rolling her eyes. Okay then, nerd. Yeah, and we'll all be back with Lapis. Don't destroy anything. Bye, Peridot. Then they all left, and Peridot went to the barn and said, I hope Lapis will forgive me after what I did, even though I still have no idea what I did. Maybe Lapis will tell me. Ah, just let me go, said Lapis while in Malachite. I can't, don't you see? We are powerful, we can fly. We have water powers, and when I'm with you, I don't feel alone. Malachite, shouted Garnet as she came running as Alexandrite. Oh great, the gems arrived. Lapis tried to unfuse, but Jasper wouldn't let her. Jasper, please, I don't want to hurt anyone. Hey, don't forget I'm a part of this fusion too. And since we're going to be a part of this thing together, let's have some fun. So Alexandra and Malachi started fighting on Watermelon Island, where a bunch of melons got crushed by Malachite. They're basically a bunch of melon people. I'll just give it up. You can't win. Just face it. We're stronger than you. Malachite